Annyeong! Hey guys, so today I'm doing a video that has been requested back from my friends and my friends that are learning Hangul or Korean, and yeah, I just thought I'd help them out and help out myself because I need video ideas. And yes, I am coming onto you guys with a bare face. Please don't judge. Some days I'm just not in the mood to wear makeup, and I just think my skin isn't too bad, so I don't mind putting it on camera. If you get what I mean. Moisturiser works wonders. Anyway, so yeah, today I'm going to be doing a video where I tell you guys how I am learning Hangul or Korean. And I started learning Hangul in, which is Korean for Korean, by the way. But I started learning that in around January, February, so not very long time ago, and I'm not like a very expert level. I'm not like very advanced. I'm not even beginner probably. I speak level of Korean that's like a newborn baby, so but I do take time to learn it, and I am finding more and more ways to learn it, and I do recognise words when they are said to me, so or when I'm watching videos or listening to music. I do recognise certain words or separate like vocab and sentences and things, so it is going pretty well. I am learning it as much as I want to do. By the end of this year, I'm hoping that I can read paragraphs of Korean, and I can understand what people are saying on like K-dramas or for example Run BTS, which is a show that they do. I want to be able to understand what they're saying without subtitles, and yeah, that's just my goal for this year, and it's going pretty well, so yeah. Anyway, basically today I'll just tell you the tips and how I learn it. Also, you may be able to hear at some points BTS in the background or a K-pop group or something, because I've just thought I'll leave them in the background because yeah. But yeah, so the first thing that I did when I was trying to learn Hangul was I needed to know the alphabet, because the alphabet is completely different to English, even though they may use a few similar characters or a few similar like for example they have this particle thing, which is a O looking thing which they put over the top or next to their vowels, and that looks like an O, but it's actually not an O. It's just, it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, or like there's these backwards S looking letters that would kind of make you think it's an S, but it's not. It's an L or an R. It's kind of a mixture of the two. So yeah, it is very different to English, and even the sentence structure is different. Like they don't say, oh, I'm going to eat. Oh no, they don't say things like I ate a burger. They say I burger eat or I burger ate. So it's very backwards to what we'd say. So it does take a while to get your head wrapped around the different sentence structures. But anyway, as I said, the first thing I did was I learnt Hangul, which is the alphabet, and I was always looking up on Google to try and find like pictures of the characters in order, and I just couldn't really get the correct resources for the correct lettering and stuff like that. Like it come up with some of the vowels, and the vowels wouldn't match up to like what they actually are. So I instead went on this website called howtostudykorean.com. I know many people use Talk to Me in Korean, and they have had many good reviews, so if you have the money to spend on Talk to Me in Korean, then I definitely suggest it. But I am a very broke person and do not have the money at the moment in time to use Talk to Me in Korean, so I use How to Study Korean instead, which is still a great resource. Like this guy, I think it's a guy that creates this website, but this guy is so good at explaining. I find him super easy to understand. I will include I'll put a screen recording of each of the apps or things I talk about that are on my phone, because I'm filming with my phone, so I can't technically show you me doing it and then screen record it, if you get what I mean. So yes, I use his resources at the moment, especially if it's specific lessons. Like I do learn vocab as well, but that is like a different sort of way. But his lessons are super great. I'm currently on Unit 1 lesson. I've almost finished lesson 7. The irregulars are really getting me they're messing with my brain. So I am finding it hard to wrap my head around them, but it's getting there. And yeah, so what I used to do is I just go through my phone on the PDFs that he does, and I would, what was I going to say? I just write down the notes in a notebook, and then try and do little tests for myself. I'd also watch his syllable videos, especially when I was first learning Hangul, and I was trying to learn how to put it in the block system, because they have this block system. Yeah, you'll find out if you start learning Korean. And I needed to know how to do that, and he'd give you some questions and things like that. It was just a great resource. I haven't been watching these videos recently, but the more I get into it on this topic, I think I am going to. The irregulars really confuse me, so I think I am going to watch his video, because yeah, also with honorifics as well. Yeah, just learn Hangul, and then when you know that and you are getting onto your conjugations, then you'll understand what I mean by all of this. But yeah, so I used to do that at first, but now what I will do is I will print off the lesson. As you can see, I have been learning Korean today because I have the spare time, and now I print off his PDFs, so then I can have a physical thing, and I don't have to keep on going onto my phone, and it takes time away from me using my phone as well, which is helping me because it means I'm not on my phone all the time. So I print off his PDFs, and then I will highlight specific information. As you can see, I've done that. I use many different highlighters. I mainly use my midliners, but as you can see, I use my pink and my grey one in this lesson. But it's just easier for me to flick through. I can always go back to it as well. I don't have to go on his website and find it all again. So yeah, I really am happy that I can print it off for free. You can get his workbooks, which I'm hoping to do when I get some more money, so then I can do more questions instead of just writing everything down and hoping that I remember it. I do print off worksheets. I'll get into that stage of it though later, but when I'm just learning it, I will print this off, and then I will write it down in this notebook at the moment. This is from Asda. I think it was £1.50. But yeah, I might do a little warm-up of a few words that I know, and then I will write down the notes that I've highlighted. So it's say if I highlighted you can add to the stem of a verb or an adjective. Say if I highlighted that, I'd write that down in the thing I'm learning. I also put the date as well, just so I know where to flip back to. And with honorifics, because they're so in detail, I have just folded them so I can flip back to them to find certain honorifics. And yeah, so this was from today. I was learning this irregular, the irregular, and I didn't really write much in it because it wasn't really too difficult for me to understand. It's mainly the B, the S, and the D irregular that I don't really understand. But yeah, so that is how to study Korean. I really recommend you check it out. Now I'm going to get into some other ways I learn. For example, when I was first starting out, I remember I was watching Cypher Part 4, which is a BTS song, and at the start, Namjoon goes, Erum, Erum, like that, and that's how I learnt what name meant. He'd say Erum, Erum. So that's how I knew that was name, because he'd say it twice, so I kind of remembered it, and now I can sort of rap to it. And like when you say diction, 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 and that would mean diction because that's basically the same thing. I could understand that as well. And when you say bottom, bottom, that means pronunciation. So that's how I sort of learnt those few words, because they say it over and over again. Same with ding. When I say ding, ding, like that, I kind of remember those, and yeah, I learned from that. So I mainly watch the lyric videos of K-pop songs just so then I can look at all the translations and kind of read the Hangul, and then if I can't read the Hangul or it's too fast, then I will read the romanization. But I hardly use romanization just because, yeah, romanization isn't the best way to learn, and I wouldn't suggest learning with romanization. I definitely recommend doing it this way if you don't want to like fully learn it. If you use lyrics, then and you listen to how they pronounce things, it is a lot easier to learn pronunciation because you're saying it along with the artist. So you're saying it in the way they're saying it, and because they're Korean, they know how to pronounce it, so they will pronounce it in a correct way. So yeah, that is that as well. And as I was saying, I do print off worksheets if I want to. I can't find my other one right now, but I printed off a set of worksheets, and it was just practicing my past tense and future with honorifics. It was things like that, and I find that really helpful too, just so then I can practice and understand, because I don't know every single verb yet. I'm like not that ahead, but yeah, if I do that, then I will go on to the Korean language Amino community on Amino. It is an app, by the way. I'm not sponsored by any of these apps which I mentioned. I should have said that at the start. Or the website How to Study Korean. I'm not sponsored by anyone, so I'm not that famous yet to be sponsored, so yeah. But if any one of these apps do want to sponsor me, then hit me up. Anyway, yeah, that's how I will go into the Amino. I will again put screen icon in. I will go into Amino and I'll see if there's any worksheets that they've made, and I can trust their worksheets, so I'll print them off and then I'll do them. But yeah, the next app I'm going to talk about, which I have used for quite a while now, at least a month maybe, but it is the app Hello Talk, and many learners of Korean talk about this app. It is mainly a foreign exchange app, but I kind of use it as a social media, not gonna lie. It is a great way to connect with people that speak the language you're learning and also want to learn the language you can speak. So it is a great way, but I got this girl set up this group chat, and I don't know how to pronounce the way that you say the group chat. It is just group chatting, but it's like group chatting, like that. Group chatting, something like that. It's pronounced something like that anyway, from what I can remember from my brain of how to pronounce it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got an itchy arm. Anyway, so basically she added me to this group, and then every week to 2 weeks she'd send a set of vocab. So the first vocab we got was the days of the week, because I was very like not used to the vocab. I hadn't in my studying in this, I hadn't got to that level where I was just learning vocab. I was still learning the I'm still learning the grammar, so I can't just be like, he won't just teach us, oh, the days of the week. I still don't know the numbers. Like, I know when BTS go 하드제, when they take a picture, or like when they bow at the end of a concert, I know that. I still don't, 하드제, 한둘셋. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, so basically what I did was I'd write the vocab in the back of the book. So this is from, look, see, this is how you say it. This is the group chat, right? Group chatting, something like that. Anyway, so basically I have all of it, and then the days of the week. Then I have my family vocab and some vocab from another app I will talk about. So yes, I love Hello Talk and I think it's great. We now do that group chat on WeChat, so yeah, I don't use Hello Talk as much now because I'm on WeChat in that group chat, but yeah. So the next thing I do, and I already know this video is going to be hella long, so I'm sorry guys. I was hoping that it would be shorter than the last time I filmed it, because I did film this video before, but then the editing got messed up, and yeah, so I just thought I'd film again, and this was like a week later, but you know. So basically, the next app I used was Quizlet, as I know my friends, when they're learning French GCSE, they put their vocab into like flashcard sets and things like that, and I thought this would actually be great for my Korean, because it's a great way to learn languages. I wouldn't suggest like, I think it's best for language learning, but other than that I wouldn't really use it. And yeah, I'll just go on there, maybe take tests, learn the vocab if I don't know it already. If I do, then I might just take tests or play games or like match them and stuff. But yeah, I just put the vocab from the back of here into them and then just do that. So each set will have a certain amount of terms. So I have some with 24 terms in, some with 18 terms in, and it just varies all the time depending on how much vocab there is to know. And yeah, I really suggest that app. Next app I use is Naver Dict, or Naver Dictionary, that's what it stands for. And this app is great. At first I just thought it was a kind of like a second Google Translate, but more of an accurate one, because it's I think Naver is like a Korean brand. Don't like attack me, because I don't know if it definitely is, but I think it's Korean brand, or a Korean like resource. I don't know, like I'm always hearing about Naver, like Big Hit always post Naver posts, so I think it is sort of a brand, but I don't know. Anyway, so Naver Dictionary is great. I actually prefer it to Google Translate just because I feel like it's more accurate, and there's less likely to be mistakes. I still use Google Translate for like pronunciation, but I mainly use Naver Dict. And I like searching a word, for example, pretty, which is, I learned that today actually, when I was learning my irregular, so it's, where's it gone? Oh, it's not on here. Where have you gone? I'm not going to kind of conjugate it, I'm just going to say the word. Yippada. Yippada. Something like that. Yippada. So yeah. And I searched that in and I'd see what it meant, because yeah, and how to pronounce it if I needed to. But also, another great thing about Naver Dictionary is they do offer studying Korean lessons. They are completely free. I have done all mine free at the moment, and it's basically a video, and there'll be this guy and he'll create these like characters, and then they will reenact situations, and then you learn how to act in a certain situation. It's a great resource. I've only watched one of the videos so far, but they are like 21 minutes long, I think my first one was, but it is a great resource. Even if you just want to sit down, watch a video and do it that way, I think I learn better when I hear. I definitely still remember that video, like what happened in it, and it was like a week ago now since I learned that, so I am definitely remembering things like, yeah, so I definitely recommend Naver Dictionary. Then another app I use is Eggbun. This is a very new app to me. I found this on a girl's video. I showed the apps that she uses to learn Korean, and I recommend it. I don't do the courses section. You can do that if you're definitely starting out, because they do it step by step, and they start off with Hangul, but I already know Hangul, so I don't need to do the courses, and you have to do each one course before you can do the next course. So I suggest, if you've already learned Hangul, then go into the cultures section of the app, because that tells you like why they do certain things and what they're called and things like that. They even explain some K-pop lyrics, so that's great. They use like fake love, da 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 do, and they do slang words in Korean because everyone wants to know a bit of slang. Like, we all use slang these days because of technology, and yeah, so that's why I like that, because I get to know Korean slang. And I remember an interview where they told us what insa means, BTS. They was like asked what Korean slang there is, and insa, I remembered that from that interview, and then that came up on the Korean slang like section, and I was like, oh my god, BTS said this word. So yeah, that's kind of good. I also heard from another girl who studies Korean that she will, before she starts doing her Korean, just to get a warm up, her way of warming up is that she will write down lyrics from a Korean song. So it could be a K-pop song, or it could just be like Korean translation to an English song, which I wouldn't suggest, but like if you're using a Korean song, then you write it down and then you sing it. Even if you're a bad singer, you can sing it and make sure you can pronounce and understand some of the words. But even now, when I'm listening to maybe interviews on here, when they go around asking people in Seoul different questions, I try and listen to what they're saying instead of looking at the subtitles. So then I can try, like when they say like 나는 or 저는, and they say things like that, I recognize that. Or when they say 안녕, or when they say 감사합니다, or when they say things like that, I kind of recognize that. Or if they say 여자는 or 남자는, or they say things like that, then I kind of recognize that, and then I'm like, oh, that's what they're saying. And then when I read the subtitles, I was like, yes, I recognize that from when I was reading, yeah, blah blah blah. When I know the whole like grammar structure, I will use K-dramas or reality shows, like Korean reality shows, to learn it and try and use Korean subtitles instead of English subtitles. But because I'm not that good yet, I don't do that. But I definitely recommend all the apps that I've said. The ones I haven't said are like Memrise and Duolingo and apps like that, because I just don't think they teach you the reasons why they do things and like how to do it. Like, they definitely taught me some sentence structure things when I was learning like verbs and stuff, but they don't really teach you why it's like that, so you just like have to remember how to say it. It's more like conversation things than like why. So yeah, this video has been extremely long. I'm sorry if you watched it all, because you're probably super bored, but yeah, I hope my friends have felt like I've helped them to learn it, because I know that they did want to know some other ways to learn it instead of just using like internet or YouTube. I definitely recommend YouTube videos as well if you're struggling on pronunciation, especially when I was learning the or when they say things like salam, when I was learning the L/R letter, I really found that hard to pronounce, so I'd never be able to say that right. But now I can sort of say it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 감사합니다 for watching. And yeah, bye guys. 안녕.